Hi guys, welcome to today's lesson on the chord tune Animal by Sir Chloe. A little bit different from what I normally do. This one was requested by one of my students, Tobias, so shout out to him. So really fun song that I learnt the other week, so I thought I'd do a quick video on it. As usual, I'll talk about the structure of the song in this intro, and then I'll go through each part of the song, okay, each separately, and I'll make sure that when it's up online you'll be able to see which bit it fits in where, okay. So I might actually do a full playthrough of the whole song because it's quite a short song. It's about 2 minutes 40 I think it is at some point as well, just to, because I don't really do those, just to test out, see how good I can make it sound as much as anything. But for this lesson, that's how we're going to do it. Structure first, and then I'll go through each section, okay. So okay guys, so structure, pretty simple song here. We've basically got 3 sections of the song we're going to go through. We've got a verse, a chorus, and a very short solo at the end. This is the structure of the song. Verse, then verse 2. They're both exactly the same. Then the first chorus, then verse 3. Verse 3 has a slight difference to verse 1 and 2, which I'll talk about in the first kind of part of the lesson, the verse section. So verse 1, verse 2, chorus, verse 3. Then we've got another chorus, which is chorus 2, again with a slight difference to chorus 1. And then we've got chorus 3 after that, cleverly named these, and then we've got the outro, okay? So it's one of those ones where really, as I said, it's only 3 sections, but verse 1 and 2 are the same, but verse 3 is different. Each chorus we're going to do differently as well, and then clearly solo is different because it's not one of the other two, one of the other 2 bits. Anyway, so that's how it's going to work. As I say, in the bottom you'll be able to see where I've got each lesson. So this first one will say verse lesson, and then you'll be able to see the verse playthrough, sorry, then it'll be verse lesson. So you'll be able to find each bit really easily. So that's what we'll do first. We'll have a little playthrough of this verse, and then I'll teach you. Let's go. Okay guys, so that was our verse, okay, verse 1 and 2, as I've said before, are exactly the same, and this is how we play them. We've got a B power chord, 2 on the A, 4 on the D, you can also 4 on the G if you like, and I'm basically going to do a bar with a very quick down up right at the end as I move chord. And with that rhythm, I'm going to palm mute 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, da-da. Okay, so if I count them through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we got that quick dada, and that dada is not palm muted, and that's when I move chord. And 3 and 4, dada. And the same thing at a D power chord, which is 5, 7, and 7. Then back, same thing. Then I'm going to move up to an A power chord. You could do an A down here, that'd be absolutely fine, but I like to do it here. Again, I'm going to use 3 fingers just because I like that fuller sound, but you can do it with 2 if you prefer. So that's 5 on the E, 7 on the A, and 7 on the D. And I'm basically going to play all down strums now. We're not going to do that down up at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm releasing a bit of that palm mute, and basically we're building and building the volume up and up and up to a crescendo, which is on the next chord where we get as loud as we possibly can. Beautiful dynamics in this song. So we can start with a slight palm mute, and then we loosen that palm mute as we go through those 8 strums. And then we're going to go to the G chord. So this is again just a power chord I'm doing here. 3 on the E, 5 on the A, and 5 on the D. Again, 2 fingers works fine. You could even do a full bar if you prefer, but I'm just going to do the power chord here. And now we've got 2 bars, all down strums, and we want to just get louder and louder and louder and louder. And that's basically what crescendo is. So 2 bars is 16 down strums, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that's all the verse is. We've got that B to D with that palm muted rhythm with a little da-da down up with that little as we move chord. The A, 8 down strums are getting louder and louder, but just slowly getting louder. And then on that G, 16 down strums getting really, really loud. Okay, there you go. So that's verse 1 and 2. The difference with verse 3 is just on the first chord, which is the B chord. Normally we'd have that palm muted rhythm, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, da-da. But on is verse 3. So the verse 3, let me check on my notes, comes in at about 1 minute into the song. There you go. Sorry, my notes are on the floor. Not in a very sensible place, really. What I'm going to do here is actually, on that first beat, I stay loud. So the crescendo from the G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Continues like that, yeah? Really cool idea, so that you the singer starts singing the verse vocals over that really loud B. So that's the difference. On verse 3, which comes in about a minute on song, the first B chord is played with 8 down strums as loud as possible. No palm mute, loud. As soon as you then flick to the second chord in the verse D, you go back to the palm mute. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. That's our verse. So the next bit, if I'm not mistaken, will be a chorus. Okay guys, so that was verse 1. Verse 2 is different and verse 3 is different again. So we're going to break them all down. Verse 1. Now, this second note in this first arpeggio has been driving me crazy. And I've decided on 12th fret B for it. But I'm fair game to have a discussion about it being a different note. See what you guys think. I need your help on this one. But this is what I've got so far. 15th fret on the high E. 12 on the B. That's the note that is a bit contentious in my brain. Then 12 on the G, first arpeggio. 14, so that's suggesting an E minor chord. 14 on the E, 15 on the B, 14 on the G, suggesting a D chord. Watch my fingering there. I don't bar it, I play them individually so they don't run together too much. Third arpeggio, 12 on the E, 13 on the B, 12 on the G, which is a C chord, basically a C triad, and then 12 on the B, vibrato. Okay? Now the way this kicks in, the rhythm is quite complicated, and it's best obviously just to listen to the song and try and play along. But the way I think of it is, as we're coming out of that crescendo, there's a little like a beat before we come in. We're coming on the and basically of the bar, the and of 1. So you go. Now the second half, which starts with 12 on the E, 12 on the B, 12 on the G, comes straight in. There's no on the and of 1, it's on the 1. Okay, 12, 12, 12. Now I roll my finger up. So I'm using this part of the finger for the first note on the E string, then moving the next string, next part of the finger, then finally the top of the finger for the G string. And that way I can get 3 distinct notes. So they ring 3 distinct notes. Okay? Little bit of a tricky technique, that one. Second chord of the second half of the first chorus, weirdly complicated sentence, is the same. It actually, to be honest, this second one is the same every time. 14, 15, 14. And the third one's the same every time as well. 12, 13, 12. And on this one, so this is right at the end of these arpeggios in chorus 1, we play 12 on the B. Okay, so the second half will be this. So it's just that first bit that changes, okay? Then we go into this really cool section. I'm just going to include it in the chorus because it's fun. And I guess it's chorus, bridge, pre-chorus, not really post-chorus. I don't know. So I've concluded just in the chorus. A chord, I'm doing a bar chord A here because I think it sounds better than just the power chord or an open A, which would be down here, obviously. Full bar, 5th fret, 6th fret G, 7th fret A and D. 4 down strums. Now I'm happy if you want to do a quick as you move chord. That's fair game, feel free to do that, but I'm just going to say 4 down strums to keep it simpler. C sharp bar chord, that's 4th fret bar 5 strings, 6th fret D, G and B. 4 strums if you're paying attention. Then 1 fret along, bar 5 strings, 5th fret, and then 7th fret D, G and B for a D chord, 2 strums. Back to that C sharp, 2 strums. I'll adjust a little bit so you can just about see the B, which is 2nd fret bar, 5 strings, and then 4, 4, 4 on the D, G and B, 4 strums. So you got this. And we do that bit twice through, so you go back to A. Okay, we're going to do that at the end of chorus 2 as well, so you'll hear that again in a sec. So that's chorus 1. Those arpeggios followed by the really cool A bit. So the next thing will be chorus 2. Okay, so the more eagle-eyed among you will notice it's very similar to chorus 1. Basically what we're going to do here is we're going to do the second half of chorus 1 as the first half of chorus 2 with one extra note, an extra G note. So second half of chorus 1, 12 on the E, the B and the G, 14, 15, 14 as we go up E, B, G, 12, 13, 12 again E, B, G. Now rather than just going to that B note, 12th fret on the B string, I'm going to grab this G note, 15th fret on the high E, and then 12 on the B. So we got this. And again, that one's straight in. There's no, it's not on the and of 1, it's on that first beat. But the second half of chorus 2 is the same as the first half of chorus 1 exactly, and that does come in on the and of 1. So it'd be 1 and. So this is going to be 15 on the E, then 12 on the B and the G. 14, 15, 14 as we go up the 3 strings. 12, 13, 12. Then 12 on the B. Then this bit is exactly the same as the first time. So if you've already gone through that bit, it's exactly the same as that, okay? So I won't waste time going through it again. So that's chorus 2. Effectively, it's cool, we just swap round the 2 parts of the arpeggios with that extra G note right in the middle there. So now we've got chorus 3. Now I will make a little note here just before I crack on with it. Chorus 3 has multiple guitars overlaid, so you can do these arpeggios. I've just gone through on chorus 1 and 2 over the top of this third chorus and it will work. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the chords and do it with a strummy thing because it's different, you know, and to give you something else to practice. And also I think if you're playing on your own, it's probably sounds a bit bigger and fuller. So you crack the acoustic out, for example, and you just want to play and sing this, you know, for your own fun. I can't get my words out today. Then this is the way you'd probably do all of the choruses. So I thought I'd just throw that in here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through chorus 3, and it's just going to be some chords. Get ready for some bar chords. First things first, we got the 3 chords. E minor, 7th fret bar of 5 strings, 8th fret on the B, 9th fret on the D, and then the G. And then we got the D, we're doing a full D chord, 5th fret bar, 7th fret, D, G and B. We've already done that one obviously in the past. And now we've got C, which we haven't done before. Change key of the song. Does it? Yeah, it does really. Anyway, I just had to think about that. Really, most of the rest of the song feels like it's in A maybe, or D. D probably. The rest of the song's probably in D, and then this probably feels more like G. But anyway, sorry, I'm digressing massively. Third chord here is C. We've got 3rd fret bar, 5 strings, 5th fret on the D, the G and the B. Okay? 7, 8, 9, 9, 5 in the 7s, 3 in the 5s. Okay? Rhythm wise, I'm just down upping 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So again, it's those 8 strums. And on the C, we do 2 bars in a row, so it's 16 strums in total. You get the idea. So the sequence is, say, 8 strums there, 8 strums there, 16 strums there, the whole thing 4 times. Okay? So just a little note on this solo, I've got my Jackson here with, oh, it's very dusty, with my Floyd Rose. So I'm going to be using my whammy bar on this to get closer to the sound on the record, which I assume is played with a whammy bar, because that's what it sounds like. You can play the notes without a whammy bar. You can do lots of vibrato, for example, which will help, but it won't quite get you there unless you have the whammy bar. So it's just something to think about, okay? So that's what I've got here. The way I like to play it is like this. So I'm going to pick, basically I'm just picking down because we've got a lot of space. And then really I actually have my second, third and fourth fingers all on the bar, so I can get, and you can do as much as possible. You know, you can do a, obviously that's not very accurate to this song, but yeah, so that's basically how I'm holding it. My three fingers there, just grabbing it, and then so I can do this part. And you want to be quite gentle with the whammy bar, but I think that's what's going on, okay? So I'll try and play the solo at more of this angle so that you can see my right hand a little bit as well, so I try and get these, oh my gosh, can't get my words out. So you can see me use the whammy bar, oh my goodness. Okay guys, so I put a bit of whammy bar on that for you. Hopefully it sounded okay. It's very hard to get exactly the whammy bar that they're doing, so hopefully I just gave you the right vibe for it. Start on 12 on the B. Very subtle little push on the whammy bar there. And then 15 on the B. 12 on the G. You can do 8 on the B if you prefer, but it's the same note, it's a G note. So I did 12 on the G because I think it's easier for you guys. 12 on the B again, for this is now the second part. 14 on the high E. 12 on the E. 12 on the B. That's a harmonic, a natural harmonic on the 19th fret. So you want to rest right above the fret marker. I'll see if we can get my other fingers out of the way so you can see a bit better. Don't press down, just rest above it. You can do it at 7 as well. It's the same note because it's basically a third of the scale length. Science. And then 12 on the E for the third part, and then the fourth part 12 on the B, 14 on the E, and then I'm gonna pick down. That's G, 12, 12B, 12E with these natural harmonics. Now throughout that, so that is the solo part. I went through that quite quickly, hopefully that's not too quickly. Obviously slow down parts, go back if you need to. I will just say there's clearly a second guitar doing other bits. So sometimes, like that harmonic, I think might actually be the other guitar, but I thought it sounded so cool I just had to throw it in this one. So I've done one guitar part that will kind of work because you can't do both parts, you'd need two guitars. So hopefully this will give you something to have a little bit of a bash at. Feel free, you know, why not try and transcribe and work out the other guitar part, and then maybe you can find an amalgamation that you prefer. This is the one that I preferred, so that's what I'm teaching you guys. But yeah, that's it. I think that's all the parts. Cool. Next thing you'll see will be me needing a shave. There you go guys, hopefully you found that useful and insightful. As I said in the intro, I might actually do a little playthrough of the whole song along with the track, which is not something I normally do, but it's something I'm thinking about doing sometime, so I might do that with the song. If you'd like me to, obviously comment down below, and that's going to kind of force my hand a little bit more. But yeah, hopefully you found this useful. I'm going to try on this channel to intersperse my normal stuff, which is quite a lot of Oasis. I've just done a Blur song, but that kind of a vibe of song from my youth, with some more modern songs, particularly ones that my students have asked for, because it's useful for them as much as anything, and it's fun for me, and hopefully it's interesting and fun for you guys. I really do need a shave. Anyway, so I'll do my bit at the end, my spiel at the end, where I basically say thanks for watching. I do really appreciate it, because I genuinely do. It's amazing. As I get nearer 4,000 subscribers, it's really cool. If you did like the video, please like the video. It does really help, and comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. All of those things do genuinely really help, which is why people always ask you to do them. Check out my social medias down below. If you want to put any requests in, put in my comment on any video, doesn't matter, or you can contact me on my social medias if you'd like to. I don't think I've got anything else to say, so I'll say hope you guys are well, and I will see you guys soon for some more cool guitar stuff. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.